Mechanics see everything. The bikes that come back every month, the ones that eat wallets, and the rare machines that just keep running. Today, we're counting down 15 motorcycles that mechanics actually recommend because they don't live on the lift. These are low-drama machines with proven engines, easy access, and parts you can find without a treasure map. Stick around because number 3 has a secret weak spot that will save you thousands if you know what to look for. At number 15, the Honda CB500X. Walk into any motorcycle shop and ask the wrench turners what they'd buy with their own money, and the CB500X comes up constantly. Originating from Japan, this parallel twin adventure bike represents Honda's philosophy of build it simple, build it right. Mechanics love this bike because everything is accessible. The engine has twin spark plugs per cylinder, but they're positioned where you can actually reach them without removing half the bike. The valve adjustment interval is 24,000 miles, and when you get there, the job takes about 2 hours in your garage. No special tools, no engine removal, just straightforward wrenching. The 471 cubic centimeter parallel twin makes 47 horsepower. That's not going to set speed records, but it makes torque where you need it, low and mid-range. It runs on regular unleaded and averages 65 miles per gallon. The fuel tank holds 4.4 gallons, giving you a real-world range of 250 miles. The known weak spot is the stock seat. After about 50 miles, it feels like you're sitting on a 2x4. Before you buy a used one, check the seat foam. If the previous owner installed an aftermarket seat like a Sargent or Corbin, that's a $50 upgrade you don't have to make. Also, inspect the chain tensioner bolt on models from 2013 to 2015. There was a recall for that. Service pain level? Easy. Even if you've never turned a wrench, you can handle oil changes and basic maintenance. Tires are standard 17-inch sizes. A rear costs about $120. Front runs $90. Brake pads are cheap. Air filters are accessible. Running costs are minimal. This bike doesn't punish you. Common wear items include the chain and sprockets every 15,000 to 20,000 miles, about $200. The clutch is cable operated, so no hydraulic failures, and cables cost $12. Ownership proof points? These bikes routinely see 100,000 miles with nothing but maintenance. There's a guy in Oregon with 230,000 miles on his 2013 model, still on the original engine. Used price range runs from $3,500 for a high-mileage 2013 to $6,500 for a clean 2019. Best years are 2017. And newer, they got better suspension and a slipper clutch. Who's it perfect for? Commuters, new riders, and anyone who wants reliable transportation without drama. Skip it if you need highway comfort above 80 miles per hour. The windscreen is tiny and the seat is firm. Buy smart. Checklist: 1. Verify service records exist. 2. Check if the chain tensioner recall was completed. 3. Make sure it hasn't been dropped hard. The plastic crash bars crack easily. But if you want twin-cylinder reliability with a bit more highway muscle, the next bike has a cult following among mechanics who value simplicity. Number 14. The Suzuki V-Strom 650. The V-Strom 650 is the bike that mechanics buy when they retire. Originating from Japan, this middleweight adventure tourer uses the same basic engine architecture that's been proven in the Suzuki SV650 since 1999. Mechanics appreciate this bike because it's honest. The 645 cubic centimeter V-twin makes 67 horsepower, and it makes it with a sweet spot between 4,000 and 7,000 RPM. It doesn't scream, it doesn't overheat, it just pulls. Access for maintenance? Excellent. Oil filter is right there on the front of the engine. No plastics to remove. The air filter lives under the seat, which takes 30 seconds to pop off. Valve checks are every 15,000 miles, and the job is medium difficulty. You'll need shims, but the process is well documented and shade tree friendly. The weak spot is the stator. On models from 2004 to 2011, the charging system can fail around 30,000 miles. Before buying, test the battery voltage at idle. It should read 13.5 to 14.5 volts. If it's lower, budget $400 for a new stator and regulator/rectifier combo. Also, check for oil. Weeping from the valve cover gaskets. They're cheap to replace but indicate deferred maintenance. Service pain level, easy to medium. Oil changes are simple. Valve adjustments require more patience but are doable at home. Tire sizes are standard, 19-inch front, 17-inch rear. A rear tire costs about $130. Front runs, $100. Running costs stay low. Fuel economy averages 55 miles per gallon. The tank holds 5.3 gallons, giving you 275 miles between fill-ups. Chain and sprockets last 20,000 miles. Brake pads are affordable, about $40 per set. Ownership proof? These bikes are legendary for longevity, and there are verified examples with over 150,000 miles still running strong. The V-twin engine is bulletproof if you change the oil. Used prices range from $2,500 for an older 2004 model to $6,000 for a newer 2017. Best years are 2012 and up. They fixed the stator issue and added better suspension. Perfect for riders who want versatile, comfortable, and cheap-to-run transportation. Skip it if you need aggressive styling or more than 75 horsepower. Buy smart. Checklist. 1. Test the charging system. 2. Verify service records show regular oil changes. 3. Check for aftermarket windscreens. The stock one is short. Quick one. What's the one thing you need for long rides? Wind protection, a big seat, or low vibration? Let us know in the comments. Suzuki builds affordable reliability, but sometimes you want a bike with a bit more character and a name that screams American iron without the Harley price tag. Number 13, the Kawasaki Vulcan. 900 custom. Mechanics who work on cruisers will tell you the Vulcan 900 is one of the smartest buys in the cruiser world. Originating from Japan, this bike gives you that low, laid-back cruiser vibe without the maintenance headaches of certain Milwaukee machines. Why do mechanics like it? Because it's simple. The 854 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled V-twin makes 50 horsepower and 50 foot-pounds of torque. It's not trying to be a fire-breathing muscle cruiser, it's trying to be reliable transportation with style, and it succeeds. Access is excellent. The air filter is under a side cover that pops off with 2 bolts. Oil filter is front-mounted and easy. Spark plugs require removing the fuel tank, but the tank lifts off in 5 minutes with 4 bolts. Valve adjustments are every 12,000 miles, and they're screw and lock nut style, easy compared to shim under bucket designs. The weak spot is the fuel petcock. On models from 2006 to 2009, the vacuum-operated petcock can stick or leak, causing fuel to drain into the crankcase when parked. Before buying, check the oil level and smell the oil on the dipstick. If it smells like gas, walk away or negotiate a rebuild. Replacement petcocks cost $60 and take 30 minutes to install. Service pain level? Easy. This is a beginner-friendly maintenance bike. Oil changes take 15 minutes. Tire sizes are common. A rear costs $110. Front costs $90. Brakes are simple single disc. Running costs are minimal. Fuel economy is 50 miles per gallon. The tank holds 4.2 gallons for 210 miles of range. Chain maintenance is standard. Brake pads last 20,000 miles because the bike is light and doesn't carry massive weight. Ownership proof points include bikes with 80,000 to 100,000 miles still running original engines. These bikes are known in the cruiser community for being unkillable if you do basic maintenance. Used prices range from $2,000 for a 20-year-old model to $4,500 for a low-mileage 2015. Best years are 2006 to 2015. The design stayed consistent and parts are plentiful. Avoid models with heavy modifications or missing service records. Perfect for new riders who want cruiser style, experienced riders downsizing, and anyone who wants cheap insurance and maintenance. Skippity if you need highway power above 75 miles per hour or if you're over 6'4" and need more room. Buy smart checklist. 1. Smell the engine oil for gas contamination. 2. Check service records for regular maintenance. 3. Inspect for rust on exhaust and chrome. These bikes can sit outside. Kawasaki's cruiser is reliable, but if you want something even simpler with a single cylinder that refuses to die, the next bike is a legend among budget riders. Number 12. The Suzuki Boulevard S40. Mechanics who specialize in small bikes will tell you the Boulevard S40 is one of the most underrated motorcycles ever built. Originating from Japan, this single-cylinder cruiser is based on the legendary Suzuki Savage platform that's been around since 1986. Why do mechanics love it? Because there's nothing to break. The 652 cubic centimeter air-cooled single makes 32 horsepower. That's not much, but the torque curve is fat and usable. It'll cruise at 65 miles per hour all day without drama. Access for maintenance is absurdly easy. The single cylinder has 2 valves total, 1 intake, 1 exhaust. Valve checks are every 15,000 miles and take about 1 hour with basic tools. The oil filter is a cartridge type that lives under a side cover. Air filter access is simple. This bike was designed to be serviced by owners. The weak spot is the charging system on models older than 2005. The stator can fail, leaving you stranded. Before buying, check battery voltage at idle and at 3,000 RPM. It should climb to 13.8 volts or higher. If not, budget $300 for a RIX Motorsport stator upgrade. Also inspect the carburetor for varnish if the bike has been sitting. Cleanings cost $150 at a shop. Service pain level? Easiest on this list. If you can change your car's oil, you can maintain this bike. Tires are small and cheap. A rear costs $80, front costs $65. Brake pads are minimal. Running costs are laughable. Fuel economy is 65 miles per gallon. The tank holds 3.4 gallons for 220 miles of range. Insurance is cheap. Registration is cheap. This bike costs almost nothing to own. Ownership proof? These bikes are famous for hitting 100,000 miles on the original top end. There's a rider in Montana with 170,000 miles on a 2000 model. Never open the engine. Used prices range from $1,500 for a rough 20-year-old example to $3,500 for a clean, low-mileage bike. Best years are 2005 and newer. They got fuel injection and a better charging system. Avoid carbureted models that have SAT for years. Perfect for beginners, short riders. Seat height is 27 inches. Commuters and anyone who wants motorcycling at the lowest possible cost. Skip it if you need highway speeds above 70 or 2-up comfort. Buy smart checklist. 1. Test the charging voltage. 2. Confirm the carb is clean or the fuel injection works. 3. Verify the title is clean. These bikes are theft targets because they're easy to steal. But if you want single-cylinder simplicity with a bit more power and modern fuel injection, the next bike is the dual sport that mechanics buy for themselves. Number 11. The Kawasaki KLR 650. The KLR 650 is the cockroach of motorcycles. Originating from Japan in 1987, this bike has been in continuous production for over 30 years with minimal changes because Kawasaki got it right the first time. Mechanics love the KLR because it's agricultural. The 652 cubic centimeter air-cooled single makes 40 horsepower and will run on anything. Premium, regular, diesel in an emergency, and there are stories of them running on kerosene. The engine is bulletproof. Access is incredible. The entire bike can be disassembled with a 10mm socket, a 12mm socket, and a 4mm Allen key. Valve adjustments are every 15,000 miles and take 2 hours in your driveway. The oil filter is a spin-on automotive-style unit. Air filter is under the seat. The weak spot is the doohickey. On models from 1987 to 2008, there's a torsion spring in the balancer chain system that can fail and grenade the engine. Before buying, ask if the doohickey mod has been done. If not, budget $150 in parts and 3 hours of labor. This is a one-time fix. Also check the subframe welds near the passenger pegs. They can crack on hard-ridden bikes. Service pain level? Easy. This bike is a shade tree mechanic's dream. Tires are affordable dual sport sizes. A rear costs $100, front costs $85. Brake pads are cheap. Running costs are minimal. Fuel economy ranges from 45 to 60 miles per gallon, depending on how hard you twist it. The tank holds 6.1 gallons for 300 miles of range. Chain and sprockets last 15,000 miles and cost $180. Ownership. Proof points? These bikes routinely see 150,000 miles. There's a documented 250,000-mile example still running strong. The KLR has a cult following because it refuses to die. Used prices range from $2,000 for a well-used older model to $6,000 for a new generation, 2022, with fuel injection. Best years are 2008 and newer. The 𝐑𝐄𝐀𝐑 was upgraded. If you find a 2022 or newer, they have fuel injection and a stronger frame. Perfect for adventure riders, commuters who face bad weather, and anyone who wants a bike they can fix with a multi-tool on the side of the road. Skip it if you need highway comfort above 75 or if you're over 6 feet 5. Buy Smart Checklist. 1. Confirm the 𝐑𝐄𝐀𝐑 mod is done. 2. Check subframe welds for cracks. 3. Verify the title matches the VIN. These bikes get stolen and rebuilt. If this list is already saving you money, hit like so we know to make part 2. Single-cylinder bikes are simple, but sometimes you want the smoothness of a twin without sacrificing reliability. The next bike delivers exactly that. Number 10. The Kawasaki Ninja 650. Great mechanics who work on sport bikes will tell you the Ninja 650R is the smartest entry into motorcycling. Originating from Japan, this parallel twin sport bike has been in production since 2017 and represents modern reliability with accessible performance. Why do mechanics like it? Because it's engineered for long-term ownership. The 649 cubic centimeter parallel twin makes 67 horsepower and uses Kawasaki's proven architecture from the V-Strom platform. The engine runs cool, doesn't vibrate excessively, and responds well to regular maintenance. Access for service is good. The fairings are easy to remove. Just pop the plastic clips and remove 6 bolts. The oil filter is accessible from the right side without removing bodywork. Air filter is under the seat. Valve checks are every 15,000 miles. And while they require shims, the process is well documented with clear service manuals. The weak spot is the clutch springs on early 2017 to 2018 models. They can weaken over time, causing clutch slip under hard acceleration. Before buying, test ride the bike and accelerate hard in 3rd gear at 4,000 RPM. If the engine revs but the bike doesn't pull, the clutch needs attention. Replacement springs cost $60. Also inspect the chain. New riders often neglect lubrication. Service pain level? Medium. Oil changes are easy. Valve adjustments require more skill but are manageable. Tires are standard sport bike sizes. A rear costs $140. Front costs $110. Running costs are reasonable. Fuel economy is 55 miles per gallon. The tank holds 4.1 gallons for 225 miles of range. Chain and sprockets last 20,000 miles. Brake pads last 15,000 miles. Ownership proof points include bikes with 60,000 to 80,000 miles running strong. These are new bikes, so the high mileage examples are still being created, but early reports are excellent. Used prices range from $5,000 for a 2017 to $7,500 for a 2022. Best years are 2019 and newer, so they got improved clutch springs and better fairings. Avoid bikes with crash damage or missing fairings. Perfect for new sport bike riders, experienced riders downsizing, and commuters who want sport bike styling with reliable performance. Skip it if you need more than 70 horsepower or if you're over 6 feet 3. Buy Smart. Checklist. 1. Test the clutch under hard acceleration. 2. Check for service records showing regular maintenance. 3. Inspect fairings for crash damage. Even minor drops can crack plastic. Kawasaki's middleweight twin is solid, but if you want 4 cylinders and the smoothness of an inline engine, the next bike is the standard that refuses to quit. Number 9. The Honda CB500F. The CB500F represents Honda's philosophy of build it right, price it fair, and let the reputation build itself. Originating from Thailand, this inline-4 standard bike has been quietly racking up miles in garages worldwide since 2013. Mechanics appreciate this bike because it's predictable. The 471 cubic centimeter inline-4 makes 47 horsepower with a smooth power delivery that peaks at 8,600 RPM. It doesn't scream like a sport bike, and it doesn't lug like a twin. It just works. Access for maintenance is excellent. The inline-4 sits upright in the frame with minimal bodywork blocking access. Oil filter is on the front of the engine. Air filter is under the seat. Valve checks are every 16,000 miles. And while an inline-4 has 16 valves to check, The screw and lock nut design makes adjustments simple. The weak spot is the charging system on 2013 to 2015 models. The stator can fail around 30,000 miles, leaving you with a dead battery. Before buying, test battery voltage at idle. Should be 13.5 volts minimum. Also check the clutch cable for fraying. It's a known wear point that costs $15 to replace but can strand you if it snaps. Service pain level, easy to medium. Oil changes are simple. Valve adjustments take patience but are straightforward. Tires are standard 17-inch. A rear costs $120. Front costs $95. Running costs stay low. Fuel economy is 65 miles per gallon. The tank holds 4.7 gallons for 300 miles of range. Chain and sprockets last 20,000 miles. Brake pads are affordable, about $50 per set. Ownership proof points? These bikes regularly hit 80,000 to 100,000 miles. There's a documented example in California with 140,000 miles on the original engine with nothing but oil changes and valve adjustments. Used prices range from $3,000 for a high mileage, $2,013 to $6,000 for a clean 2019. The best years are 2016 and newer. They got an upgraded stator and better suspension tuning. Avoid bikes with no service records. Perfect for commuters, new riders, and anyone who wants four-cylinder smoothness without sport bike aggression. Skip it if you need aggressive styling or more than 50 horsepower. Buy smart checklist. 1. Test the charging system. 2. Inspect clutch cable for fraying. 3. Verify service records. Show oil changes every 4,000 miles. Honda's inline 4 is smooth, but if you want a bike with more character and a thumping single-cylinder heartbeat, the next bike is a legend among mechanics who value simplicity. Number 8. The Yamaha T200. The TW200 is the bike that mechanics laugh at until they ride one. Originating from Japan, this quirky dual sport with fat tires has a reputation for being unkillable and cheap to maintain. Why do mechanics like it? Because there's nothing to it. The 196 cubic centimeter air-cooled single makes about 16 horsepower. That sounds pathetic, but the bike weighs 278 pounds and will go anywhere. Sand, mud, snow, and pavement. Access for service is ridiculously easy. The engine is air-cooled, so no coolant to change. The carburetor sits right there on the side of the engine. Oil filter is a cartridge type under a side cover. Valve adjustment is a screw and lock nut setup that takes 45 minutes. The weak spot is the exhaust header. It's thin and can rust through if the bike lives outside or in salty environments. Before buying, inspect the header pipe for rust or holes. Replacement headers cost $150. Also check the carburetor for varnish if the bike has been sitting. Cleanings are simple but necessary. Service pain level, easiest on this list. This bike is so simple that anyone can maintain it. Tires are unique fat sizes, but surprisingly affordable, about $70 each. Running costs are minimal. Fuel economy is 78 miles per gallon. The tank holds 2.1 gallons for 160 miles of range. Chain maintenance is basic. This bike costs pennies to run. Ownership proof points include bikes with 50,000 to 70,000 miles still running original engines. These bikes are known for lasting forever if you change the oil. Used prices range from $1,200 for a rough older model to $2,500 for a clean example. Best years are 2001 to 2007. They're all virtually identical. Avoid bikes with no title. These often get abandoned. Perfect for urban riders, off-road beginners, and anyone who wants cheap transportation that can handle anything. Skip it if you need highway speeds. This bike tops out at 60 miles per hour. Buy smart checklist. 1. Inspect the exhaust for rust. 2. Clean or rebuild the carburetor immediately. 3. Verify the title is clean and matches the VIN. Want more budget that feels premium-less? Subscribe and we'll keep these coming. The TW is a niche bike, but if you want something more mainstream with a parallel twin and better highway capability, the next bike is the workhorse of the motorcycling world. Number 7. The Honda NC700X. The NC700X is the bike that mechanics buy when they retire from wrenching and just want to ride. Originating from Japan, this parallel twin adventure bike has been quietly dominating the reliability chart since 2012. Why do mechanics love it? Because it's bulletproof. The 670 cubic centimeter parallel twin makes 47 horsepower, and uses Honda's proven engine from the CT700 platform. The secret weapon is the dual clutch transmission. No clutch lever, seamless shifts, and zero maintenance. Access for service is good. The bodywork is easy to remove. Oil filter is accessible. Air filter is under the seat. Valve checks are every 16,000 miles and take about 3 hours because of the DCT system, but the process is well documented. The weak spot is the DCT fluid. It must be changed every 20,000 miles using Honda-specific fluid. If neglected, the clutch packs can glaze and cause harsh shifting. Before buying, test ride and feel for smooth shifts in both automatic and manual modes. If shifts are harsh or delayed, the fluid needs changing. $90 at a shop. Also, inspect the suspension linkage. It can seize if not greased. Service pain level, easy to medium. Oil changes are simple. DCT fluid changes are straightforward with the right procedure. Tires are standard 17 and 19-inch sizes. A rear costs $130. Front costs $100. Running costs are low. Fuel economy is 64 miles per gallon. The tank holds 4.1 gallons for 260 miles of range. Chain and sprockets last 25,000 miles because the DCT shifts smoothly without abuse. Ownership proof points? These bikes regularly hit 100,000 miles. There's a documented 200,000-mile example in Europe still running strong. Used prices range from $4,000 for a 2012 to $7,000 for a 2020. Best years are 2016 and newer. They got improved suspension and a larger tank. Avoid bikes with no DCT service records. Perfect for commuters, touring riders, and anyone who wants automatic convenience with motorcycle performance. Skip it if you hate the idea of no clutch lever or if you want aggressive styling. Buy smart checklist. 1. Verify DCT fluid was changed every 20,000 miles. 2. Test ride in both automatic and manual modes. 3. Check suspension linkage for grease and smooth operation. Honda's DCT is innovative, but if you want traditional manual shifting with legendary reliability, the next bike is the naked standard that's been unchanged for decades because it's perfect. Number 6. The Suzuki SV650. The SV650 is the bike that mechanics recommend when someone asks, what's the most reliable motorcycle ever made? Originating from Japan. In 1999, this V-twin naked bike has remained virtually unchanged because Suzuki nailed the formula. Mechanics love this bike because it's agricultural in the best way. The 645 cubic centimeter V-twin makes 73 horsepower with a power delivery that's smooth and predictable. The engine is air-cooled with SACS, Suzuki Advanced Cooling System, which uses oil circulation to prevent overheating. Access is excellent. The V-twin layout puts both cylinders out in the open. Oil filter is on the front of the engine. Air filter is under the seat. Valve checks are every 15,000 miles, and the shim underbucket design requires patience but is manageable. The weak spot is the charging system on models from 1999 to 2008. The stator and regulator/rectifier can fail, leaving you stranded. Before buying, test battery voltage at idle and at 5,000 RPM should climb to 14 volts or higher. If not, budget $400 for Rick's Motorsport upgrades. Also, check for oil leaks from the valve cover gaskets. They're cheap to replace. Service pain level, medium. Oil changes are easy. Valve adjustments require shims and patience. Tires are standard 17-inch. A rear costs $130. Front costs $100. Running costs are minimal. Fuel economy is 55 miles per gallon. The tank holds 4 gallons for 220 miles of range. Chain and sprockets last 20,000 miles. Brake pads last 25,000 miles because the bike is light. Ownership proof points? These bikes are famous for reaching 150,000 miles on the original engine. There's a documented 270,000-mile example in Germany still running daily. Used prices range from $2,000 for a high-mileage 2,000 to $4,500 for a clean 2021. Best years are 2009 and newer. They got a better charging system and improved suspension. Avoid bikes with heavy modifications. Stock is best. Perfect for commuters, beginners, experienced riders downsizing, and anyone who wants a naked bike simplicity with legendary reliability. Skip it if you need highway comfort above 80 miles per hour or if you want modern electronics. Buy smart checklist. 1. Test the charging system voltage. 2. Verify valve checks were done at 15,000-mile intervals. 3. Inspect for oil leaks and aftermarket exhausts. Stock exhaust indicates better care. The SV is a legend, but if you want something bigger with more highway capability, the next bike is the parallel twin that dominated the ADV world. Number 5. The Honda NC 750X. The NC 750X is the big brother of the 700X, and mechanics consider it one of the best all-around motorcycles Honda has ever built. Originating from Japan, this parallel twin adventure bike was sold in the US from 2016 to 2017, but it's still widely available used. Why do mechanics like it? Because it's Honda reliable with a bigger engine for highway work. The 745 cubic centimeter parallel twin makes 54 horsepower with torque spread across the power band. It uses the same dual clutch transmission as the 700X, which means there's minimal clutch maintenance, zero stalling, and seamless shifts. Access for service is good. The bodywork comes off easily. Oil filter is accessible from the right side. Air filter is under the seat. Valve checks are every 16,000 miles and require shims, but the DCT makes the job easier than a traditional manual transmission because there's less clutch adjustment. The weak spot is the DCT fluid, just like the 700X. It must be changed every 20,000 miles with Honda-specific fluid. Before buying, test ride and confirm shifts are smooth in both automatic and manual modes. Listen for grinding or clunking during shifts. That indicates old fluid or worn clutch packs. Budget $90 for a fluid change. Also, check the fork seals. They can leak on high-mileage bikes, and replacements cost $120. Service pain level? Easy to medium. Oil changes are straightforward. DCT fluid changes are simple with the service manual. Tires are standard, 17 and 19-inch adventure sizes. A rear costs $140. Front costs $110. Running costs are reasonable. Fuel economy averages 58 miles per gallon. The tank holds 4.7 gallons for 270 miles of range. Chain and sprockets last 25,000 miles. Brake pads last 20,000 miles. Ownership. Proof points include bikes with 80,000 to 100,000 miles running strong. The NC platform has a reputation for being Honda's most reliable adventure bike. Used prices range from $5,000 for a high-mileage 2016 to $7,500 for a clean 2017. These are only 2 model years in the US, so availability is limited, but prices are stable. Best bet is the 2017. It got minor improvements. Perfect for touring riders, commuters who face weather, and anyone who wants automatic convenience with adventure capability. Skip it if you hate DCT or if you need off-road capability beyond gravel roads. Buy Smart Checklist. 1. Verify DCT fluid service history. 2. Test ride in both automatic and manual modes. 3. Inspect fork seals for leaks and check for service records. Honda's DCT bikes are brilliant, but if you want a traditional manual transmission with legendary bulletproof reliability, the next bike is the cruiser that mechanics trust. Number 4. The Honda Shadow 750. The Honda Shadow 750 is the cruiser that mechanics recommend when someone wants Harley styling without Harley maintenance costs. Originating from Japan, this liquid-cooled V-twin cruiser has been in production since 1983 with minimal changes because Honda got it right. Why do mechanics love it? Because it's simple and reliable. The 745 cubic centimeter V-twin makes 45 horsepower with smooth torque delivery. It's liquid-cooled, so it doesn't overheat in traffic. The engine uses a shaft drive, which means zero chain maintenance. Access for service is excellent. The V-twin sits low and open in the frame. Oil filter is easy to reach. Air filter is under the side cover. The valve checks are every 16,000 miles, and the screw and lock nut design makes adjustments straightforward. The weak spot is the stator on models from 1983 to 2007. It can fail around 40,000 miles, leaving you with charging issues. Before buying, test battery voltage at IDL and at 3,000 RPM should climb to 14 volts. If it stays low, budget $350 for a stator and regulator/rectifier combo. Also, check the final drive for oil leaks at the swing arm pivot. The seal can weep on older bikes. Service pain level? Easy. Oil changes are simple. Valve adjustments are straightforward. Tires are common cruiser sizes. A rear costs $120. Front costs $95. The shaft drive eliminates chain maintenance entirely. Running costs are low. Fuel economy is 50 miles per gallon. The tank holds 3.2 gallons for 160 miles of range. Brake pads last 30,000 miles because the bike is light and the braking is gentle. Final drive oil changes cost $20 every 20,000 miles. Ownership proof points? These bikes regularly hit 100,000 miles on the original engine. There's a verified 180,000 mile example in Texas, still running the original top end. Used prices range from $1,800 for a 20-year-old model to $4,500 for a clean 2019. Best years are 2008 and newer. They got a better stator and improved styling. Avoid bikes with heavy modifications or missing service records. Perfect for new cruiser riders, experienced riders downsizing, and anyone who wants shaft drive convenience with Honda reliability. Skip it if you need aggressive power or highway speeds above 75 miles per hour. Buy smart checklist. 1. Test the charging system. 2. Check final drive for oil leaks. 3. Verify service records show regular oil changes and valve checks. What's your worst long ride mistake? A bad seat, a cheap windshield, or buying the wrong bike? Let us know in the comments. The Shadow is a reliable cruiser, but if you want something with more displacement and serious touring capability, the next bike is the workhorse that won't quit. Number 3. The Kawasaki Concours 14. The Concours 14 is the sport touring bike that mechanics buy when they want to eat miles without drama. Originating from Japan in 2008, this inline-4 sport tourer shares DNA with the ZX14R, but adds touring comfort and reliability. Why do mechanics like it? Because it's engineered for high mileage. The 1,352 cubic centimeter inline-4 makes 155 horsepower with massive torque everywhere. It features shaft drive, so zero chain maintenance, and it has a reputation for running forever. Access for service is good considering the full fairing. The bodywork is designed to come off in sections. Oil filter is accessible. Air filter requires removing plastics, but the job takes 20 minutes. Valve checks are every 15,000 miles and require shims, but the intervals are long enough that most owners only do it twice in the bike's life. The weak spot is the throttle position sensor on 2008 to 2010 models. It can fail, causing rough running and poor throttle response. Before buying, test ride and confirm smooth throttle response from idle to redline. If it stumbles or hesitates, the TPS needs replacement, $200. Also, check the final drive for noise. It should be silent. Any whining indicates worn bearings, which cost $800 to rebuild. Service pain level, medium. Oil changes are straightforward. Valve adjustments require patience and shims. Tires are sport touring sizes. A rear costs $160. Front costs $130. Final drive oil changes are easy, just one drain plug. Running costs are reasonable for a big tourer. Fuel economy averages 42 miles per gallon. The tank holds 6.3 gallons for 265 miles of range. Brake pads last 25,000 miles. Final drive oil changes cost $25 every 15,000 miles. Ownership. Proof points? These bikes are legendary for high mileage. There are multiple documented examples with over 200,000 miles. One owner in Canada has 340,000 miles on a 2008 model. Original engine, original final drive. Used prices range from $4,500 for a 2008 to $9,000 for a 2020. Best years are 2015 and newer. They got better electronics and improved wind protection. Avoid bikes with crash damage or salvage titles. Perfect for long-distance riders, commuters with long hauls, and anyone who wants sport performance with touring comfort. Skip it if you're under 5 feet 8. The seat height is 32 inches and the bike weighs 695 pounds. Buy smart checklist. 1. Test throttle response thoroughly. 2. Listen to the final drive for noise. 3. Verify valve check were done at 15,000 mile intervals. The Concours is a mile leader, but if you want something even simpler with a parallel twins and lower seat height, the next bike is the standard that mechanics love. Number 2. The Suzuki SV650X. The SV650X is Suzuki's answer to the adventure touring market, and mechanics love it because it's the SV650's bigger brother with more power and better touring capability. Originating from Japan, this parallel twin adventure bike has been quietly building a reputation since 2019. Why do mechanics appreciate it? because it uses proven Suzuki technology. The 776 cubic centimeter parallel twin makes 82 horsepower with linear power delivery. It's liquid-cooled, runs cool in traffic, and features a simple 2-valve per cylinder design that's easy to service. Access is good. The Adventure bodywork is designed for removal. Oil filter is accessible. Air filter is under the seat. Valve checks are every 15,000 miles, and the screw and lock nut design makes them easier than shim under bucket motors. The weak spot is the clutch on early 2019 models. Some owners reported premature clutch wear around 20,000 miles. Before buying, test the clutch engagement. It should be smooth and progressive with zero slipping. If you feel any hesitation or smell burning, budget $600 for a clutch job. Also inspect the chain. Adventure riders sometimes neglect lubrication on long trips. Service pain level, easy to medium. Oil changes are simple. Valve adjustments are straightforward with basic tools. Tires are adventure sizes. 19-inch front, 17-inch rear. A rear costs $150. Front costs $120. Running costs are reasonable. Fuel economy averages 52 miles per gallon. The tank holds 5.3 gallons for 275 miles of range. Chain and sprockets last 20,000 miles. Brake pads last 18,000 miles. Ownership. Proof points are building. These are newer bikes, but early examples with 60,000 to 70,000 miles are running strong with minimal issues. Suzuki's reputation for bulletproof engines gives confidence. Used prices range from $6,500 for a 2019 to $8,500 for a 2023. Best years are 2020 and newer. They got an upgraded clutch and improved electronics. Avoid bikes with heavy off-road damage. Perfect for adventure riders, commuters, and anyone who wants parallel twin simplicity with adventure capability. Skip it if you need aggressive off-road capability or if you're over 6'4". Buy smart checklist. 1. Test clutch engagement thoroughly. 2. Verify service records for regular maintenance. 3. Inspect for crash damage. Check engine guards and brake levers. Suzuki's Adventure Twin is solid, but if you want the ultimate mechanic-approved bike, the one motorcycle that combines bulletproof reliability, low cost of ownership, and legendary reputation, the #1 spot goes to a bike that's been dominating the reliability charts for over 50 years. Number 1. The Honda CB750. The Honda CB750 is the king of mechanic-approved motorcycles, originating from Japan in 1969. As the CB754, this inline-4 standard has evolved over 5 decades but retained its core philosophy: simple, reliable, and accessible. The modern CB750 carries that legacy forward. Why is this #1? Because mechanics have 50+ years of data proving these bikes are bulletproof. The 745 cubic centimeter inline-4 makes 91 horsepower with a power delivery that's smooth from idle to redline. It's liquid-cooled, runs cool in any weather, and uses proven Honda technology. Access for service is excellent. The inline-4 sits upright in a simple steel frame. Oil filter is on the front of the engine, takes 5 minutes to change. Air filter is under the seat. Valve checks are every 16,000 miles. And while an inline-4 has 16 valves, the screw and lock nut design makes adjustments straightforward for anyone with basic mechanical skills. The weak spot? Honestly, there isn't one that's widespread. Some early 2000 models had stator issues, but Honda fixed that by 2003. The only real concern is neglected maintenance. Before buying, check for service records showing regular oil changes. If the previous owner skipped maintenance, walk away. Also inspect the fork seals. They can leak on high-mileage bikes, and replacements cost $140. Service pain level? Easy. This is the bike that teaches people how to wrench. Oil changes take 10 minutes. Valve adjustments are straightforward. Tires are standard 17-inch sizes. A rear costs $130. Front costs $100. Running costs are minimal. Fuel economy averages 55 miles per gallon. The tank holds 4.2 gallons for 230 miles of range. Chain and sprockets last 25,000 miles. Brake pads last 30,000 miles because the bike is light and the engine braking is strong. Ownership proof points are legendary. There are hundreds of documented examples with over 100,000 miles. There's a rider in Australia with 400,000 kilometers, 248,000 miles, on a 1991 model, still running the original engine with nothing but maintenance. The CB750 has a global reputation for being unkillable. Used prices range from $2,500 for a 20-year-old model to $8,000 for a brand new 2025. Best years are 2003 and newer. They fixed the stator issue and got better suspension. The Nighthawk 750 version from 1991 to 2003 is equally reliable and often cheaper. Perfect for everyone. New riders, experienced riders, commuters, weekend warriors, and mechanics who just want to ride without wrenching. Skip it if you need cutting-edge electronics or aggressive sport bike styling. Buy Smart Checklist. 1. Verify service records show oil changes every 4,000 miles. 2. Inspect fork seals for leaks. 3. Check for stock parts. Aftermarket exhausts and modifications can indicate hard use. Click the next video to continue the road trip. Join our tribe by subscribing. And if you want to support our channel and have early access on the newest videos, become a member. And don't forget to like this video.